Hey guys, this is Matt with MoPro Gaming. I have another tip on how to stop these crossing routes. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick the play. So the nickel 335, you can pick the play 3 double buzz. You can find that 3 double buzz play in a lot of, let's say, a lot of dime formations as well. So dime normal also has it, but I'll just show you out of this 335. So we're just going to pick the play, PAD cross, right? So what people like to do is they like to, because they know that you have to use this crossing route. So if you just play like regular cover 3, right? If you just play a standard cover 3, watch what happens. Watch how this crossing route gets open. If I get enough time, can kind of throw that, right? So I'm not usually. Let me just show you in replay actually what actually happens. Usually this receiver, he'll get open like this linebacker just happened to follow him. Usually that won't happen. Like this linebacker actually will not match that pattern usually. In this case he did. But you can kind of see how this purple zone doesn't, the main point is to say this purple zone doesn't get deep enough in the event that this linebacker doesn't match the pattern. And obviously you still have the drag route, right? So some things you can do is to play this cover, actually let me also show you who also gets open, right? So it's not bad enough that this guy, just pretend that this guy doesn't match. This usually doesn't happen. It's not bad enough. This guy is going to get open right here, right? So you end up having to use basically 2 routes, and then he basically just throws it wherever you're not at, and then you still have this drag, still the drag coming over underneath, right? So if this guy's in a cloud flat, he's probably not going to be this close to the line. This is a curl flat, but even then you can still complete this drag route, or some people make it a slant route. Either way, you've got 3 routes open in the middle of the field depending on where your user is. Alright, so to fix that is what we're going to do is we're going to play, instead of playing that cover 3, we're going to play this 3 double buzz. So basically these 2 safeties. So what you want to do is you can also just show blitz to get, or not show blitz, you can literally just manually bring them into the box just a little bit more, right? So it's kind of like our quarters coverage, but you're playing out of a 3 deep shell, right? So some things I like to do is I like to put the slot corner into a seam flat, because seam flats play drags a little bit better than curl flats. And then instead of so you're gonna spy this linebacker. So instead of putting it in, then put this guy in a seam flat. So seam flats are better than curl flats, and I actually like them better than cloud flats, because if it's 2x2 formation, or like a standard, like a normal 2x2, no stacks, no snugs, no bunch formation, if it's not a bunch or a snug formation or a trip formation, then you're going to get matching by the corners. So that'll also help against, like, they'll basically be cover 3 match coverage. So you're going to get matching from the safeties, you're going to get matching from the linebackers, and then this defensive end, like, as long as you've got, a mildly athletic defensive end, he'll match probably the flat route. So if the running back goes to the flat, he'll match it. And then if this guy runs to the corner, he'll match it in a 2x2. But here, what we're going to get is we're going to get matching when the crossing route comes across the middle of the formation, this weak side safety or strong safety, however you determine your strong and your weak side. So this safety away from the trips is going to match that crosser. And so let me just run the play just to show you. So circle. Oh wow, what the hell? Now he doesn't want to match. He matches every other time, but now let's do that again. Maybe don't move them. You can just leave them where they are. Let's put him C flat, C flat. Of course, when I'm trying to show you something, it's not work. So there you go. So as long as you don't bring the safety in too close, he's gonna match that crosser. And it can kind of bait your opponent. Like if it's not, like say they're not throwing like this deep crosser, if they've got like a slant, like a regular, like maybe a lot of players like to throw this, like a beginners, they like to have that double slant play. If they aren't looking, because these safeties are so deep, it might look like this slant is open. If they throw it, the safety starts to come down, cheat down, and they can sometimes break on that and get an interception. So here you can see he's going to match it. So this route is basically covered. You've got the spy, so the QB can't really roll out, and if he rolls out, you just send the spy. This post route, so you're going to be using this guy, so you can either user the post or you can let him go. And then this safety, the linebacker, by the time he gets to his depth, right, he's going to be in a better position to play it than if he just started all the way back here. So what you want to do is, like, before the snap, you want to make sure this guy kind of stays near the line of scrimmage. So you want to put him in a spy, put him in a seam flat, and you do this because in nickel packages, linebackers can no longer get they're no longer allowed to have the seam flat as a coverage audible. So what I like to do is just spy this guy, and then user here. Put him in a seam flat, and then it's a slot in the seam flat, and then you can either user here or a better, so you can get a two-man rush. So this is kind of something video I just posted about how to get basically maximizing your 3 and your 4-man rush. So you can use this to get a one-on-one here, right? So if I fake rush, like I'm sending 3, so fake rush, basically I back out. I'll just show you in the replay what happened there, right? So he was protecting 6 guys there, right? Oh no, he had 7 guys in protection because I didn't send the guy on the drag, right? So this guy, he actually gets a one-on-one because I did that fake rush thing on route, just to illustrate what I'm trying to get at, right? So they have 5-man protection. I'm sending basically only 2 guys. I'm sending 3, but really I'm only sending 2. If that makes any sense. So I'm pretending like I'm rushing this guy. So I should get a one-on-one on the outside. Yep. So this is where it's going to be important for your defensive lineman to get home. So I'll just throw the ball. So basically, when you do something like that, you don't have to do this. Like, you can just rush the 3. You don't have to do this fake rush thing. It's only if for some reason they're really dotting you up and you play this you want to send 9, you want to have 9 guys in coverage, then yeah, you're gonna buy time. So see how he had a one-on-one here, but like he didn't get double teamed is what I'm trying to say. So if I had only sent 2, for one, you're gonna get instant pancakes in the run game, and also you're gonna get double teamed. So if I didn't fake rush, this guard would this guard here would immediately come over and double team this guy. So here he had 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. He had like 2 or 3 seconds, 2 seconds to beat his guy off the rush. And if you've got a mismatch here, you can imagine if you put your best pass rusher, Lawrence Taylor or something, and then maybe they kind of don't have the greatest offensive line in the world, then you basically have 2 seconds one-on-one in a one-on-one situation, and then obviously he comes over late, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's not going to be able to scramble because you've got a spy out there. For some reason, the spy gets picked up. That's a little weird. But you still have this guy and a spy, right? So then he still can't like really roll out. Yeah, he has time in the pocket, but I mean, you've got 9 guys in coverage. So I mean, it's kind of like, what is he gonna do? This crosser, this is the flats covered, crosser's covered, drag is covered, right? He's gonna be all with drag. You can user this guy to cover that post, or you can like leave this. You can just leave the safeties, especially if you have safeties who are pretty good on their own, have pretty good zone coverage and like play recognition. You can leave them alone and then just user the other blitzing linebacker and have a 2-man rush. So if they want to run the ball, the good thing about that. So if you decide you're going to user this guy and just let this guy do his thing. Let's go ahead and do that. Right. If you decide you're going to go ahead and let that guy do his thing, and you user, so you don't want to user this guy. You want to user I guess the safety on the trip side of the formation. If they run the ball, because that guy's gonna blitz. Wow, that was actually really good. It's exactly what you want. So James Conner, I think he's leading. If he's not leading the league in rushing, he's like, he's like second or third, right? You get that, right? So the blitzer, because he's blitzing, for some reason when they're in these when you have these linebackers who are blitzing, the guards, for some reason, they like don't pick up the blitzer. It's kind of weird. It's been a thing since Madden. I don't know, Madden since forever. That sometimes when you come out in nickel 3-3-5 and you have this blitzing linebacker, he just gets like almost like a free shot. And if he doesn't, the good thing about having blitzing linebackers, he's coming aggressive to the line as opposed to, if you look at actually this guy, he's just kind of waiting to get blocked. Whereas this guy, this outside linebacker, he's gonna play aggressive in the run game so that you won't get double teams like in the typical zone play. So in typical zone play, if you're just playing regular zone coverage, right, the defensive end is going to get double teamed by the guard and the tackle. The nose tackle is going to get double teamed by the guard and the center, and then they'll work up, and that's how you get some of these good blocking plays. So I'll just show you just the contrast, right? So if I don't come out in that blitz, right? If I don't come out with this blitz, I just play regular cover 3. 1, the coverage is worse, it's not as good, and 2, if I run the ball, see how I'm able to just like the blocking is just better. Whereas if I do this, actually like this, I'm doing this the slow way. Do it like this, and I blitz. See how he like double team. It's like almost like he doesn't pick him up, and if he doesn't pick him, even if he does recognize him, the nose tackle won't be, he'll be single teamed, and hopefully you can get a block shed there, right? So basically, it's like you're basically aggressively filling the run lanes, and this guy's in a run fit. The great thing is also these guys are in run fits, so the safety, it's almost like the cover 4 where it's like these safeties are going to play aggressive in the run game. He's going to play aggressive. He's not going to drop back. He's going to play aggressive in the run game. And then this safety, this linebacker, you can send him. So his initial steps back. So if you're using, say you're using this guy, right? And I run the ball. Jack 16. See how his steps are backwards. You can send, like if you recognize it's run, you can just send him by clicking the right stick and shout out to Idlewild. I'm gonna try and remember to link his channel in the description just so you guys can see that video. So I don't know if he's the first guy to do this, but he kind of figured out that, or he I don't know, he shared in a video where you can get these guys in a deep third to play aggressive in the run game if you just click the right stick. So just like when you send the spy, if you recognize run, you can just oh, it wasn't run play. Should probably put him on. It should probably be run play first before I do that. So let's put him. Just call the run. Right, so run play. Right, so that this guy, so before his initial steps were backward. So when I click right stick, he's gonna play aggressive in the run game. See how he instantly just like started reacting. So before he just kept dropping back, and he got blocked. Whereas here, it takes like a step back, and then I recognize run, and I just click right stick. And even if I guess wrong, like if I see the motion, you know how like maybe with play action I might guess wrong. The worst that happens is you end up sending the spy, which is fine. You'll just have a 4-man rush. That's fine if you guess wrong. So if you guess wrong, the penalty is really, oh, I sent the spy. But if you like see this motion and it's like it's a run, right? So if it's play action and I send the spy like earlier, you're just gonna get a 4-man rush, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with having a 4-man rush. You still have 7 in coverage, whereas with this, like if I click right stick, then instead of this linebacker dropping all the way back, he like starts to drop back, and then you click right stick down, and he starts to play aggressive in the run game, and he's actually kind of in the backfield. He didn't even get blocked. Yeah, so basically, and then you still have this guy filling aggressive in the run game. He's still going to be aggressive. You've got these outside corners who, if no one's in front of them, they'll start to fill in the run game. Actually, yeah, this guy's going to be probably out of the play, but you basically have you have basically 9 or 10 guys playing in the run game, so it's pretty good run defense too. If they run QB draw, they'll have trouble running it because you're gonna have a spy, and then 2, you're gonna have this guy blitzing in the middle. So it's gonna muddy that read up if they try to run a draw. So you're gonna have the spy. His first steps, if they run draw, his first step is gonna move here. So you're gonna immediately have 2 guys in the area where most players, when they run the draw, they're going to be, and then not to mention these safeties, they're not going to be dropping back. They're actually going to be coming down. So even if they do run draw, you're going to have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, 5 or 6 guys. And then this guy, he'll still kind of be in the area by the time the draw happens. So he'll start to move out here, but he'll still be able to help in the run game. So you basically have 7. You have 7 guys who are going to be helping in the run game, and then this linebacker, by the time the draw is activated, he'll drop back, but he'll be right here, about here. So he'll also be able to help, and he might actually draw a blocker. So let me actually see if I can find a draw play, and then I'll add the video there. Yeah, so QB draw, no, not QB draw. Let's go with the regular draw. Or just out of the same formation. Pretty sure I can find a draw play. QB, HB draw, right? And then 5, double buzz. I can set it up the same way. You can use this guy, right? I mean, you can use this guy if you want to just like, okay, I want to watch the deep middle myself, but I tend to like to let the computer do that just so I don't. It's like a more conservative thing to do. So they try to run draw. It's gonna be tough, right? I'll just show you in replay why without going too much into detail about it. So you've got the linebacker, you got your user here, right? So you're gonna help fill the outside. You've got this guy blitzing in the inside. You've got the spy, who's now kind of coming over into the middle gap, and then this lineman. He's still in the run play, right? So you've got basically got 7 guys, six. This guy's he's starting to cheat over, right? So he's not playing super aggressive in the run game yet, but you're going to be using this guy. He's near the line of scrimmage, so even though he's backing out, he's still near the line of scrimmage. You got one guy blitzing, one guy coming into the middle of the field. So it basically just muddies up, and then you've got one-on-one here, right? So then all it just takes is a block shed or two. This tight end, he doesn't have a really good angle on him, so he's going to be able to block shed, right? I mean, if you got a tight end on a defensive end, that's not good for it's not going to be good for your opponent when he runs the draw. So you got block shed opportunity, block shed opportunity. This guy's coming in on a blitz, so he might even come clean depending on just how it breaks down. He might come clean, and then this guy, this safety, he should be coming down, to be honest. If you want, you can bring him a little closer to the line of scrimmage. But yeah, so the draw is going to be like their only hope is probably the draw against this defense, because I'm only rushing 3, right? But even then, that draw is not going to work. So I'll just do it one more time. Maybe just bring this guy closer. And then I'm using here. They're going to try and run draw. I mean, you've got a tight end on a defensive end. It's probably not going to be a winning formula. Tight end versus a defensive end is probably not a winning formula. I mean, Vance McDonald, granted, is a pretty good blocking tight end, but Carl is not the world's best run defender as a defensive end. So, if you've got better defensive ends, you can get a block shed here. He's not really going to be able to run in the middle. And then maybe the only hole he has is here, but this guy, he'll help to fill. So he's going to help fill that. So he gained about maybe 3 or 4 yards, maybe. And even then, that's not going to be consistent. Like, I wouldn't expect him when he runs draw to get 3 or 4 yards. Whereas if I run just the regular cover 3, right? So if I just run regular cover 3, and I run draw. I don't know. Either way, it's a good. That's just to say it's a good play versus draw. So I'll go ahead and end it here. Thanks for watching, and also as always, get in the comments and just give me video suggestions if you have any. Yeah, I'll take requests, playbook breakdowns, whatever. I'll see if I can help you guys out. All right, thanks.